Good morning, y'all. Happy Sunday. Welcome to another What Else is Going On, aka We Go Podcast YouTube video. I'm your girl, your host, Taria. I know that when we come on here and do videos, y'all be wanting us to jump right in, right? Talk about what you're gonna talk about. Don't take up unnecessary time talking about something else. I'm gonna take up necessary time because I want to stop and tell y'all how thankful, how grateful, and how I don't take for granted the support that every single supporter from day one to new supporters have shown me. Y'all have been so supportive, um, and just there. And I appreciate that and helping me create the type of community that I want to create, even if we don't agree on things. For the most part, 98% of the time, it's been respectful discourse. And I truly appreciate y'all again from people from day one with YouTube, because I've said it before, I'm newer to YouTube. I've only been doing that for a year, but I've been podcasting for 8 years. I have a previous podcast that I had from 2016 to 2019, and then I put that on hiatus. I'm going to bring it back one day because I wanted to talk about pop culture and Bravo, and I wanted to talk about all the things. What else is going on? So I've been doing that since 2020. So I've been doing the podcast thing for a long time, not new to that, but with the YouTube. And so I thank y'all so much. If you don't know, Kempire and I did a live. Shout out to Kempire. We did a live surviving Carlos King on, child, we did it Thursday. And a lot of subscribers came over from that. And I just want to thank y'all. Thank y'all for allowing me into that space, for welcoming me. And again, for just being supportive and coming over. I appreciate y'all so much. And I know people say that, but I don't ever want to take for granted. You can watch anybody, do whatever you want with your time, watch 1,000 other YouTubers at the same time. But the fact that you've added me into your rotation, I appreciate that. And I thank y'all for it. All right. Now we about to get into some things. So this will be a shorter video. I want to catch up on my content. I've been a little lacking. For those of y'all that don't know, new here real quick, I do rideshare and I do a lot of gig work. So it's a blessing because I have the time to create my own schedule so I can do content. But then it's also on the opposite end. I feel like if I'm not in the streets out there doing what I do, I'm not making money on the spot. You know what I mean? So I tend to be out there instead of dragging myself off the street to come and create content. But 2025 is the year that I'm manifesting. This will be, this and other things in this arena will be full time for me. So y'all just pray for me. If, oof, they say you don't want everybody praying for you, but y'all are here. So I feel like y'all support. So support me in this. What did Nene say? Support me. That's what she told Marlo her last season. Oh, I miss Nene so much. I want her back to RHOA, y'all. Do y'all think that it's a forever no? Because she's making little strides with NBC Universal and all that. Anyway, speaking of Nene, speaking of Atlanta, this video is going to be about Porsha. And then we're going to talk a little bit about another housewife. Let's get into the Porsha of things because y'all know Atlanta comes back, I do believe, the 9th. Child, that's daylight savings times too. I believe Atlanta comes back Sunday, March 9th. Porsha recently filed a motion, says slams her ex over campaign of obstruction and harassment and fight over RHOA. So this is according to In Touch. So let's get into it. Real Housewives of Atlanta star Porsha Williams slammed her estranged husband, Simon Guobadia, for allegedly attempting to hinder her ability to sustain her livelihood and career. In Touch can exclusively report. Porsha recently filed a motion demanding the court. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. She filed a response because remember, Simon filed a recent motion demanding the court vacate an order that would allow her to film in the house. So remember, they were doing that back and forth. He sent a cease and desist, all of that. Bravo was like, boom, or the production company, boom, I want no parts. We can get ready, get in the middle of this. A judge hadn't ordered, but then a judge finally ordered that she could, in fact, have use of the home. Well, Simon filed a motion that that order should be vacated and that she shouldn't be able to file in the home. So y'all, we know Porsha filed from divorce March of 2024 of last year after 15 months of marriage. Ain't it wild that Atlanta is premiering March 2025, a year from when she first filed for divorce from Simon? And we've been hearing about their shenanigans every month since then, it seems like. So Simon argued that the prenup should be thrown out because remember, the prenup said that she would have access to the marital home. What do y'all think? Because there's a lot of people saying, Porsha, get up out that man's house. And there's a lot of people saying, stay. I see both sides of it, but I feel like you wanted to marry this woman, right? You got with her, you wanted to marry her, and you signed a prenuptial agreement and you were not under duress that said, if y'all divorce, she can have the home. And now you're trying to fight it. So there is a part of me that feels like he signed it in his right mind willingly. They're getting a divorce, so she has every right to fight for and stay in the house. He signed the agreement. And then there is another part of me that's like, all this money that they just throwing at these lawyers to fight this. Like, wouldn't it be easier to do a clean break and just get up out the house? But y'all let me know what y'all think. Y'all think she should leave? Or do y'all think, because by rights through the prenuptial agreement, it said she could get the house. Y'all let me know what y'all think. But anyway, Simon argued for the prenup to be thrown out. Porsha also asked for temporary exclusive use of the home. Simon claimed Porsha had her own separate property nearby and she moved there. Remember, she gave that house to her mama, Miss Diane. Again, we know the judge awarded Porsha temporary exclusive use of the Georgia mansion despite Simon's objections. As In Touch first reported, weeks later, Simon asked the court to reconsider that decision on allowing Porsha to film the Bravo show inside the home. Simon claimed he was owed a hearing on the matter before a decision was reached. He wanted a whole nother hearing. I feel like Simon is dragging, he has enough money to drag Porsha through the courts and spend her money. And I believe that's what he's trying to do. So let's see. Porsha's lawyer, Randy Kessler, argued the court's order permitting filming in the marital residence is both just and equitable under the circumstances, presenting wife from filming her day-to-day activities and lifestyle in the marital residence over which she has exclusive possession, use, and occupancy is neither reasonable nor fair. Such a restriction would unjustly hinder wife's ability to sustain her livelihood and career, which are intrinsically tied to her public persona and professional obligations. Porsha and her attorney called out Simon for his alleged abusive litigation. Child. Her lawyer wrote, since wife's initiation of the instant divorce matter and insistence on the enforcement of the prenuptial agreement, husband has engaged in a campaign of bad faith and abusive litigation, all targeted at retaliating against wife with the goal of intentionally restricting her ability to earn a living, expand her career, and establish independence from the husband. Porsha's lawyer continued, husband's retaliatory motives are evidenced by the fact that both of the parties participated in reality TV prior to and during the marriage, including numerous instances where filming took place inside the marital residence. Porsha accused Simon of consistently seeking to delay and prolong the divorce, further demonstrating his abusive approach to the legal process. Her lawyer ended, husband's instant motion to vacate order permitting filming in marital residence is yet another attempt to perpetuate this campaign of obstruction and harassment. By granting wife the right to film in the residence she occupies, the court has maintained a balanced and equitable approach, ensuring the wife's ability to provide for herself and move forward independently is not unduly compromised by husband's continued interference. A judge has yet to rule. Like I said, I believe Simon is trying to drag her through these courts because he has the money to spend, and he's trying to pretty much like, oh, I'm going to get you one way or the other. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I think. So then we jump over to, so all this is going on. Again, it's been a year, right? Simon, we reported, I think, the beginning of February, the trailer for RHOA was released. Simon had his thoughts on the trailer. We did a video about that. He has even more thoughts because, you know, it's coming closer and closer. So he posted on his Instagram story, if you're watching RHOA and reading blogs this season, along with millions of others, please don't ask me to stay silent. Expecting that from me would be disingenuous. I wouldn't even give that advice to my worst enemy. Then he says, I think a man with a college degree and 35 years of professional and business experience can read a prenup and know what it says. Then he has a little emoji with the one eyeglass, and then says SMDH, hashtag every day for the thief. Hashtag one day for the owner. I'm assuming Portia's the thief. Ciao. Then he says, caption speaks for itself, and I mean every single word. On second thought, the saying every day for the thief, one day for the owner means that while a thief may get away with wrongdoing for a long time, eventually they will be caught or face justice. It highlights the idea that dishonesty or crime might seem to go unpunished for a while, but sooner or later, the rightful owner or justice will prevail. It's a reminder that wrongdoing doesn't last forever and consequences are inevitable. And then in parentheses, courtesy of Chat GPT. Simon, listen. Ooh, I just, one of the comments said, can we sue him for harassment? I feel like he's stalking us. I feel like he going to be on YouTube, on somebody's podcast, on his own podcast, because I believe he was starting his own. Remember last year, he posted a picture of him in a podcast studio somewhere. It wasn't here. It wasn't in the US. It was somewhere else. I feel like he going to be down here after every episode doing a recap, child. And if he is not doing it on YouTube and he's not doing it on a podcast, he's going to be on IG Live or posting Instagram stories. Again, we don't know everything, right? We know what we see. We can look at patterns of behavior. Porsha, Simon, whomever, when we watch these shows, right? But for me, him calling her a thief, I'm going to specifically keep it to the whole house thing. If you signed the prenup stating she could stay there, if y'all got divorced, how is that a thief? Now, maybe he's talking about she fraudulently got him to sign the prenup. I don't know, but I'm not ready to see Simon Simon could be, I mean, I feel like Simon wants to be a part of RHOA. I feel like he would let them film him and his own story, like he was one of the housewives, if need be, because I think Simon likes this attention. I really, really do. I think he likes being on TV. I think he likes this attention. I don't know. I'm not ready for it. I am ready to see Atlanta. Again, my heart is open to Atlanta. I know people are saying it looks like baddies. It looks like wags. I'm keeping my heart open because Atlanta was what brought me into the franchise. So I'm ready to see. I'm going to be open to the ladies. I have my thoughts before going in, but I'm going to be open. Y'all let me know. I ask y'all every time, are y'all open? I'm tired of Simon. But speaking of their divorce, like I said earlier in the video, she filed March of 2024. Atlanta premieres March of 2025. Porsha has come out and spoke on the divorce. This is according to the Jasmine brand. Exclusive, Porsha Williams and Simon Guabadia's divorce to be finalized this month. We're in February. Looks like the end is around the corner for Porsha Williams and Simon Guabadia's marriage. Moments ago, the RH, and now, mind you, this was written by the Jasmine brand on Valentine's Day, February 14th. She says, moments ago, the RHOA star slid in our comments and gave us an exclusive on when fans can expect to see her as a legally single woman once again, replying to someone who asked, when will this divorce be over? We have been subjected to this mess for a year now. Porsha said the 26th. So again, this was in the Jasmine brand comments. She filed for divorce February of 2024 after they celebrated 15 months of marriage. And now she's saying the 26th, February 26th. Now, me looking at my calendar, that seems like that's a day for Bravo. Porsha's divorce will be finalized. She said the 26th. Karen Huger sentencing is Wednesday, February 26th. Now, I'm supposed to be going to New Orleans to visit my brother and his wife and my nephew with my other brother. We still picking out dates. It's supposed to be the end of February, child. We had either said the 26th or the 27th. I'm needed to be the 27th because I need to be live reporting from the Montgomery County Courthouse on February 26th. I will bring y'all the news live. Y'all want me to go down to the courthouse and report firsthand live what's going on? Because I'm thinking about going. I thought about going to her last before it was postponed. So I'm thinking about going down and seeing what they got to say about Miss Kern and what she gets. Why one of my close friends just told me, we've been friends for years. She called me and said, girl, fill me in. This is a side note. Fill me in on what's going on with Potomac. But she knows what's going on with Karen. Her husband's godson is the one that does Karen's wigs and has the wig line. I said, why am I just hearing about that now? Remember season 5 when Karen had that launch and there was a big thing because Monique and Candace weren't supposed to be in the same place, and Karen kind of played dumb and invited them both anyway, and then left her own launch and said she was going to get KFC. Uh-huh. It's the guy that did the launch, but I might be reporting live. So the 26th may be a news day for the Bravo folks. Speaking of Bravo, let's jump over real quick to Teddi Mellencamp. So we did a video a couple of days ago. Our thoughts and prayers, truly, no matter how you feel about Teddi, this would be awful for anyone with her because she had brain surgery. Well, child, not only is she going to be dealing with recovery from brain surgery, her soon-to-be ex-husband spoke out and said that she was in a lot of pain, that the surgery went okay, but she was in a lot of pain. She's also going to have to deal with a lawsuit. This is according to TMZ. Teddi Mellencamp sued by former housekeeper. Teddi Mellencamp is getting sympathy from lots of folks as a result of her brain tumors, but she's still getting dragged to court by a former housekeeper who says the reality TV star is a bona fide racist. The former Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star is being sued by a woman named Julia Umana, who claims she worked as a live-in nanny and housekeeper for Teddi. Umana claims Teddi treated her more poorly than any other celebrity boss. In the lawsuit obtained by who else? TMZ. Umana claims Teddi made her employment a living hell by abusing power, shorting paychecks, creating a hostile work environment, and engaging in racial discrimination and harassment. Umana claims Teddi worked her to the bone and treated her worse than other household helpers who were white. She says Teddi accused her of stealing and committing theft, even though there were cameras in the home, and never did the same to a white blonde employee. An immigrant from El Salvador, Umana claims Teddi even mocked her for speaking Spanish and spoke to her in a nasty tone that she never saw Teddi use with white workers. You know, some may say, well, Teddi was married to Edwin, who is not white. Outside of Teddi, I have found that there are white women, some that have no problem with dating non-white men, but have a problem with non-white women. Moving forward, Umana claims she finally had enough and told Teddi she was going to resign. But she says Teddi pressured her to work 3 12-hour shifts only to be paid $325. I'm going to read that again. Umana claims she finally had enough, so she was going to resign. But Teddi pressured her to work 3 12-hour shifts only to be paid $325. That's like $10 an hour if this is true. Not even. She claims she complained about the pay and was unceremoniously fired. The woman claims she was wrongfully terminated and says Teddi owes her unpaid wages, and she's going after Teddi for more than $2 million in damages. We reached out to Teddi's camp and they had no comment. Listen, if this is true, I hope that the woman gets everything that she's owed. If this is true. That's separate than from what Teddi's going through. Unfortunately, life still goes on for people, you know, so I understand that Teddi's going through what she's going through. However, if this is true with your employee, then I hope that if this is true, because it's all alleged now, then I hope the employee gets everything that she's supposed to get. So we'll see. I'll make sure to follow along to see where this all leads. Y'all, I thank y'all so much for watching this video. Thank you again, new subscribers, people who started with me, came in the middle, people who started from the beginning. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all, and I will be back with another video. Talk to y'all later. See ya. And stay safe and dry, because I don't know where y'all are, but in Maryland, it's been rain. It was hailing yesterday, then turned into rain, and it's still, I'm looking outside, it's still raining. So if you can, stay dry. Talk to you later.